Okay, guys, I'm back. So we're gonna try to bring my homeboy Saginaw Sound back in here so we can do this episode.
This helps. Ugh. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, no, I don't know what was going on with my Instagram.
Man. Yeah, because I thought it was me because sometimes like it works when I cut my Wi-Fi off.
No,
Strange.
no, same thing here, same thing here. And I literally had to go update my app because I couldn't hear you at all. Like you were talking and then you just cut out.
Okay, okay. But yeah, man, what's going on with you, man? Nice to meet
Shit,
you finally.
you too. And not shit. I'm actually I'm gonna go to Bankroll G's album release party here tonight in probably about an hour or two. But not shit. I've been working a lot. I've been trying to put this tape together. I got a few songs back from that finally. I have like three or four done. I just got a bunch of beats too. But not a lot.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I love meeting people, man, that's doing stuff, man, that's involved with the community, man, and I meant to bring you on the show earlier, man. But I be having so many people come and ask me, man. So I'll be trying to meet my deadlines for sure.
No,
So
it's an honor for real. Cause like you've had some crazy guests on here, especially as recently. Like you just pulled John Connor. And like that shit's crazy. Because I remember on John Connor, I think it was 2013 or 2014. I forget exactly. No, it was 14 because he was in the same XXL class as like Kevin Gates, Chance the Rapper. I think Lil Bibby was in that class. Like that class was pretty damn legendary. So
yeah.
like, and he was the first like Michigan rapper I remember even getting on the XXL list. Like besides like Big
Mhm.
Sean.
Yeah. Thank you, man. I just try to just step outside the box and because I don't want to be just typical, you know what I'm saying? So that was really a big blessing, man. He cool as hell, and we gonna meet and collaborate a lot more because he really respect what I'm doing. So I just always try to just bring different guests on the show, man, as much as I can, and then help my local people too, man, because we in this together.
No, for real. I respect it because like you do have to think outside of the box because I've had interviews in nice places that I mean I didn't get the deepest level of answers, but like I had an interview I did with this artist from like the Big Rapids area by like Ferris State
Hmm.
in a shed, and he gave me some of the most like well thought out. Like his answers were damn near like 5-10 minute answers, but like he broke everything down without me even having to like go in and ask surface question. Like from the surface question, he took it and everything I was about to ask, he just broke all that down without me even asking. Like so you know, like it really is like especially like interviewing like with a platform, you really do have to be diverse. Like you have to keep stepping outside of the box and pushing the envelope just a little bit because you never know who's got a different point of view, who knows a little bit more about certain things. Like you never know what answers you're gonna get, especially like interviewing. Like you never know who's gonna know what, and like I think that shit's one of the coolest things about it.
Oh, absolutely. And just doing this, man, like 2.5 years, bro, I really learned so much about just the media and the rap game. I had OnlyFans models on here, and everybody brought something to the table. So I'm not discriminative. I give everyone a chance to give their stories, share their experiences, good, bad, ugly experiences, because everybody has a message and everyone has an origin story of what made them become who they are today. So I just love to be the one to just sit back and listen.
I definitely felt that, like being behind the camera, behind the table, like controlling a conversation and like getting to really know somebody, or even if they don't want to like go anywhere deeper than surface level, getting to know their art and their music and like their craft, like that shit's like really interesting, like to see how certain people think about like how the rap game is, because like I've heard a lot of different opinions on how the way shit is and how the way to succeed is, and like everyone's got their own way that in their head is eventually going to work, and that shit is really really interesting. It's like I don't know, like the way people think, like that the psychology behind things is super interesting, especially like from an interviewer standpoint, because I don't know, like I feel like that shit's just one of the most interesting things in the world. Like I feel like to do this, like to have a platform as well and to be able to like ask people shit like that is just one of the coolest things in the world.
It is. And it just makes you become a better person. It just makes you more compassionate to people, because we lose sight of that every day. We lost sight of humanity, I would say, these past 5, 10 years. Like, everyone is so desensitized to human um, interactivity. So just doing this, it allows me to see things from a different scope, and it makes me appreciative to my life, because when you really think you have it so bad and then you hear somebody's story, you like, damn, I've been kind of a spoiled brat a little bit. So yeah, you're right about that.
No, that shit's definitely like a very humbling feeling, like listening to different people's stories. Like I've heard a lot, like from tragic to like great upbringings, and like that shit is just like you never know what you're gonna get from somebody for real. Like, because I feel like you said like we're desensitized to human interaction, and I feel like a lot of that stems from we are so focused on like surface level, like we're so focused on appearance and shit like that, that we don't really give people even a chance, like based off of first look. Like people are so prejudiced and like just they don't want to actually get to know somebody. Like, and I don't know where the disconnect was created, but that shit is dead.
Yeah, and like I said, I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because at first I just wanted to talk about just, like black issues and stuff like that. I had like my first white guest, man, by the name of John Potash, well-known author. He wrote the book The FBI War Against Tupac Shakur and Black Leaders. So just to meet him, and he's been all over, man, that's what really like changed my whole scope. So I get everybody, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that can um, bring something to the table. I don't tell anyone that, okay, you're not good enough to be interviewed, or you haven't done anything to be interviewed, because so many people come to me and I have to make sure that their motives checks out. Like, this is not no clout chasing thing. This is real, you know what I'm saying? Because this been seen all across the world, like as far as my platform goes. So I just got to make sure that I present our city and our town with class and stuff, because we get the bad rep all the time. So I got to make sure that I show the outsiders that, okay, they are civilized people. So, but
No,
yeah,
like
I'll go ahead.
uh, I just appreciate you for like bringing me on, because I really do like the community really do, like we need platforms, and like we don't have a ton, like we have maybe 5 or 6, and like we need more, and like we need more for different things, like we need, and like we need more unity, like we need platforms for sports. Like I remember like when I was even growing up, like we had all sorts of camps here, we had all sorts of events here. We don't have shit, like shit anymore.
Hmm.
Like we need like we need people to build these things. Like we need people to take the platforms we have, and we need to build further. We need to come together, because like I feel like everybody who lives in Saginaw, is from Saginaw, has like a love-hate relationship with this place.
Hmm.
Like there's no other way. And like I have the biggest love-hate relationship with this place, because I love Saginaw. Saginaw is beautiful at its core, but like we're fucked up. But like that's
Hmm.
not the people's fault. Like we're just in a bad spot.
Yeah, it's like a real generational curse, man. Because I remember being little, that we had the family affair, we had the Gusmacker, we had so many different events, like for the summertime and just all over,
Friday Night
the year.
Live was actually enjoyable when I was growing up.
Yeah,
Like that shit was always cool, and like we had a bunch of shit, and now we literally don't have shit.
yeah, and I just think that like we could have something like that as far as hip hop and rap and R&B, but I just think that the city should allow just the demographic to be able to express themselves and be able to get it together, and it don't be no foolishness. Nobody gets shot, killed, none of that, no fights. But we should be able to have those type of events, man, so we can bring the people together and to show that we can get along. Because my thing is it just be a competition, and even though like I have done what I've done and the accolades that I have gained, I'm still me. I'm still approachable. I'm not Hollywood, but you got people who haven't done or reached particular pinnacles, and they're acting like this big old elite star. And I'm like, no, like you still here amongst us. So be humble. You know what I'm saying? Show some type of appreciation, because it's really the people that makes us. You know what I'm saying? I won't be nothing or nowhere if you guys didn't watch. So I'm grateful for my supporters, my listeners, and followers, subscribers, everybody, man. That's why I do it so hard.
No, I felt like I for real felt that, because like that shit is like real eye opening. I feel like, especially when you start to bring people together and like
Mhm.
to watch you yourself, your platform, what you're building, like that shit's a blessing. And like
Yeah.
and you were also talking about like that mentality, that Hollywood mentality that a lot of people tend to have. Like I've dealt with artists like in shows who have maybe 5 songs out, like don't even have finished songs, but performing unfinished songs, and they want treatment like an artist who's been in it for 5 years. They
Mhm.
want the same time slots, and like it's a mentality like where is this coming from? Like you gotta put in the work first. Like in I feel like a lot of people just want to skip to the top, especially here. Like they just want to skip there. I'm ready now, but like they don't know BMI, ASCAP. Like they don't know what really goes into it, the business side. Like I've learned a lot. Like I did an internship under Charles Conley for about a year at the Indie Spot, and I learned business up like front to bottom, and I still have a lot to learn. But like I learned the in betweens like a little bit, and like that shit gets real fast. And if you
Mhm.
don't know what you're looking at, you're getting fucked.
Yeah.
Like I like you can't take your first deal. I see a lot of people getting their first deal and they take it. You can't. Like I would never. Like I've had a couple offers like from a couple companies in Detroit, and like come work for us. I can't. Like I have to be me first. I have to learn this shit before I'm okay. I'll come work for a bigger platform than mine, because I can't do that. Like I can't sign a contract and then I'm stuck here for 2 years.
Yeah. And it's just all about the business. You know what I'm saying? Talent. They say talent is 20%, but the business is 80%, because it's so many people being cheated out of their gifts and stuff like that. Especially, I would say like my culture, man, because what I'm saying, we got this hip hop stuff like that, and they get in 360 deals and slave deals, and they take this advance money thinking that it's their money, but no, it's a
They
loan. You
have to
know what I'm
pay it
saying? That's
back.
how, yeah, and they can't pay it back, so that's how they get locked in and stuck in that deal. And you got to just know what you're doing. You got to know about publishing, manufacturing, and copyrights. You know what I'm saying? Sampling as well. You got to know the ins and outs of it. And I'm fortunate to own everything from the images, the material. You can't even use my like clips or show without my permission. So I knew that from jump that I had to get an LLC. I gotta get this. I gotta get that because I don't want nobody taking my hard work, my blood, sweat, and tears. So I agree with you on that.
Um, so I'm gonna flip the script on you a little bit. I have a question for you because like I'm young. I'm only 22. So like as for like your LLC, like how do you go about that? Like where did you start with all that? Like because that's something I'm still working on. Like that's something I'm like just now starting to get in order.
Oh man, you can get that pretty much. Just Google state of Michigan, type in LLC in Michigan, and they will send you to a particular website, and you could just pay like $50 or $100, and then just keep getting it renewed every 6 months. That's what I do. So I get all my paperwork and stuff like that, and it would have a state seal on it, signed by a state official, and you win.
Okay, bet.
Yeah, simple.
Bet.
But yeah, I wanted to ask you, man. So, what made you get into your field that you wanted to do?
I've always had like a deep love for music, like specifically rap, like because my mom was super strict growing up, so I always like around my cousins because I have like a very blended family. Like I have cousins who are Mexican, I have cousins who are black. Like I have a sister who she's black as well. Like so, like I grew up listening to all sorts of different shit, but my mom was real strict. Like what I could and couldn't do, listen at home. Like I could
Mm-hmm.
watch on TV, and like I always was drawn towards rap music, but like my mom tried to. I remember I asked. We were walking through the store. Like this was one of my first like core memories. I was probably like 7 or 8, and it was the Carter 3. And I saw it, and we were at Target, and Target had like all the albums growing up as a kid. And I was like, Mom, I want that. And she was like, No. And I was like, so I got an album like a month later for Christmas. I opened it up. It's a Christmas album, or not a Christmas album. It's a Christian album. But I remember like growing up, like I would sneak in my sister's room and I would listen to the T.I. Paper Trails album, like on repeat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always like rap has always like kind of drawn me in, especially like playing sports, shit like that. Like I get like I pick up other people's music tastes. And I listen to all sorts of different music, and like rap has always just kind of stuck to me. And I had a friend who was rapping, and he was like, "Hey, bro, come to the studio with me one day." And I was just kind of sitting there, like just sitting there, and I was like, "I don't do shit." And so I'd listened to Saginaw rap since high school, and so I just made a page real quick. I was like, "Bro, I'll help like promote your music." Like, and then he stopped taking rap serious, and I'm stuck with a promotion page. So I'm like, "Fuck it, I'll just start promoting the city." And that's what happened. And it started as just something I was gonna do for fun for like a couple months while I was working, and like it became real fast. Like and it was definitely something like I think like 3 months in, fucking Charles Conley found me, and I was just like dumbfounded because shit was going super fast. I started doing interviews. I got a computer. I got a camera. Like I set everything up. I put a ton of money into it, and it's just like I don't know. I felt like I was like drawn into it because like my homeboy who got me into it, he don't even rap anymore. Like he has a kid. He plays football. Like he's in college. Like he left that shit behind. But like now I'm stuck here, and I love what I do. I can't lie.
It's crazy how that works, man. Because you know, you just was doing something just off the bat, and then now you established, and that's how my show came into prominence too. Like I ain't expect this to pop or jump. It just happened. It just like within the first month, because I got clowned like the first episode, like with all the jokes. They were like, "Man, what the hell you doing?" Because I was always shy, man. I mean, I was funny, I was charismatic, but just the podcasts and stuff like that, I never done it. So people was like, "Man, what the hell you think you doing, man? Get off here, man. You look crazy." And so like I would say 2 weeks later, I would start getting all these guests. And before my homeboy Black Shay went to jail, he just had hit me up, was like, "Hey man, I see this show got some potential. Let me get on." and stuff. And just shout out to all my first guesses, you know what I'm saying? But it just really had popped so quickly, and it became an addiction, man. It became another life source for me because I can't sleep sometimes because I be coming up with new ideas and different topics and different segments. So I know exactly what you mean. It's just great. You know what I'm saying? It's really great to be able to be that guy, you know what I'm saying? Be that person that people look up to and look forward to, you know what I'm saying? Because I do this pretty much every week, man, 5 times a week. And I just enjoy it, man. And just expressing yourself, it's just a superpower. Everybody don't have that gift, don't have that talent. And just wanted to ask you, um, since you talked about albums and stuff like that, man, because I'm gonna reveal my age. The first album I heard was LL Cool J, Mr. Smith album, man, and that made me fell in love with hip hop, bro. It was crazy because I grew up around music. My mom would have the radio on every morning and noon and night. You know what I'm saying? So it was great, man. So besides the T.I. album, man, like did you have any others?
Growing up,
Yeah.
definitely. Well, as I said, Lil Wayne, Carter 3 and Carter 4. Cause like I would definitely, cause I had a computer, so I would just sneak and like I would find music. I would find it. Like I found it in the. I think this was like fourth or fifth grade. My friend, he would like if I couldn't find a song that I heard like bits and pieces of, he would go find it for me, and then we sat next to each other on the bus, and then he would like play it for me on this like MP3 player he got from Big Lots every morning. And I remember Wayne, definitely a lot of Lil Wayne growing up. Carter 3, Carter 4. I forget exactly which tapes, but like I can name certain songs.
Hmm.
Who else growing up? I'm trying to think on the spot is hard. Definitely Eminem. Obviously, we're from Michigan. I feel like Eminem was like up there for a lot of people, like for a minute.
Yeah.
But he definitely. I don't like his newer music, but like old M is pretty damn good. I can't lie.
Oh yeah. I'm not the the newest of Eminem material fan, man, because
That shit. Uh.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. I lived in Detroit, so I used to work on 8 Mile Road,
Okay.
and I never understood. Well, I mean, I could like comprehend what he was saying, but when I lived in Detroit and actually used to catch the bus and walk down 8 Mile Road, man, like his uh, struggle just really like stuck with me because I was like, damn, like I'm actually living this life. So that really made me appreciate him more. But yeah, I love the old Eminem, man. The old Eminem just it's special, man. But the new one, I can see the evolving door, but I can't mess with it.
He
I
needs
can't.
to stick to his guns rather than try to appeal to the younger audience.
Yeah, yeah. Because I just kind of feel like he's rich, so it's not. I would say
He don't
he
need to
just
rap
can't.
anymore.
No, no.
And he still raps like he's got to prove something, and like he don't need to prove nothing, bro. Like you're a legend. Like you could stop.
Yeah, and you got $100 million mansion, so you said you made
Literally.
it, man.
But besides M, I've Kanye. Kanye's probably one of my number one ever.
Yeah,
Jay-Z, and that's like my shit's ever evolved. Like I've listened to so much music. Like I like exploring like different sounds, like different cities. Like I've always like I've done that since I had like the internet. Since I got my first phone, like I'll just go look for music. Like I'll just scrounge. Like cuz I can't like my generation obviously you can't go to like the record store and just pick out a CD or like an album and take it home. So like I had to go through the internet and go just look for shit.
oh man. that's when you said record stores, man, those were the days, man. Because I used to always go to Sam Goody, Media Play, Ray's Records and Tapes, bro. Like you don't even have that no more. So
It's like
I
a
miss
niche
them.
thing now.
Yeah. And do you think streaming really messed it up, or you think it
I
helped?
I think it's just evolution, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like all it is evolution. Like as soon as the first computer was invented, it was pretty much dead set that the world was going to be connected. Like I feel like it was inevitable,
Hmm.
especially with music being just basic audio. Like you send audio messages, you've been able to do that since like the 90s, 80s with the internet. So like it was inevitable, especially with how weird artists were. Like even if it wasn't mainstream and people kept selling physical copies, someone was going to make it big. So I feel like it didn't necessarily mess it up. It definitely changed the game, though. It's like when basketball got less physical, like when they added hand checking and like you couldn't do shit. Like when they took away hand checking, you couldn't do shit.
Hmm.
Like it's just the evolution of the game, and it happens with everything, every art form, every craft, every sport. It all evolves. So it was inevitable.
Yeah. I just miss the days where like you had to really make a great album. You know what I'm saying? Like the source with the mics and everything like that. I miss them days because the source and stuff like that, they would give you reviews, you know what I'm saying, of who had the hottest album out and stuff like that. I really miss them organic days because now it's like social media be hyping up the terrible artists and stuff like that. And they be very entitled. And I just feel that um, it should be more appreciation for the art, you know, for the craft, but it's not. It's just a whole lot of duplicates running around. So I really appreciate artists just like Kodak, you know what I'm saying, who has his own sound, Young Boy who has his own sound, and people like, of course, Juice World, you know what I'm saying, rest in peace. I love Juice World. Juice World, I feel like he didn't really reach his true potential. You know what I'm saying? It was just really cut short. So, and
He was
then
probably one of the most talented rappers I've seen in my lifetime.
yeah, and it's just scary, man. Just how many rappers that perish, man. And because when I was coming up, we had, you know, Biggie and Pac, and that scared the industry. You know, you had both coasts of meeting up and bringing a truce, but now it's just like rapid fire. You know, so I just try to because I wanted to be a rapper too. You know, I made one song, but then I was like, man, I ain't trying to put myself out there. I ain't trying to be a target. So let me be a podcaster. It's safer. So, you know, I still want to be a regular person, man. I don't want to put myself out there, man, because people don't want to.
Still want to go to Walmart.
Yeah, go to Walmart, go to Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be out here. You
Getting
know, I don't.
pictures taken of you, treated like an animal, like a circus attraction. Like I couldn't imagine my life being that.
Oh shoot, man. I mean, I'm very, like I said, I'm very approachable. You know, I've been approached by a few people and stuff like that who recognize me. Because one day, man, I thought it was over for me, man. I walked into my local hood store and I see a big truck and four dudes got out the car. He was like, "Hey, come here," and I was just like out of pocket. You know, I was caught without my piece and everything. I was like, "Oh shit, this is it." You know what I'm saying? But then I was like, "Hey man, are you that do that show 18 oh something?" And I was like, "Yeah," and I was so relieved when they was like, "Oh, we watch you every week, man. Can you give us an autograph?" I was like, "Autograph? Okay, So, man, I know exactly what you mean, but it just be so nice, man, when you are recognized for good and for your work ethic and stuff like that. And just, you never know who watching you. It's just the greatest suspense ever.
No, for real. I like definitely getting recognized. Like it ain't a bad thing, but I'm talking about like once you achieve that like level of like success and fame, like you're getting flocked in public, like damn near causing riots. Because like it happens, and like I couldn't imagine being at that level. Like basic appreciation. Like I'd rather be like, oh hey he did that, like he produced that. He's like that niche. Like I'd rather be like if somebody spotted you, like it would make you feel good. Like, okay, they really did their research. Like I don't like. I think it goes back to like because when I first started Saginaw Sound, like that was my main mission. I don't really like to be out there. I don't like to be seen for what I do.
Hmm.
Like I don't know. Like it's cool. Like I like people know that it's me, but like I don't really like my whole goal is to get people pushed and people out there. Like I don't really like taking the credit for anything I do. Like I'll be like, no, like it's I don't know. Like I definitely know I've definitely accomplished some good things with my platform and things I've done, and I've put together some great things. It's just like I can't take credit for that because that wasn't me. I was just a middleman, literally.
Hmm. Yeah, man. And also, man, congratulations on your article too. So how did that come about? Like you was contacted?
Yeah, I got a DM from I think her name was Cora, and I was just I missed it by like a day, and it was actually supposed to be like 2022, like mid 2022, like or even before that, I think, and it just kept getting pushed back and pushed back. It finally happened in April, and I asked if I could bring some friends with me because I didn't want to do it myself. Obviously, I didn't want to take, as I said, I didn't want to take credit, so I was like, I got to bring some people with me, like. So when it happened, I talked to Fresh Rich and I talked to Boom about it. And the day like the day before we did it, and we got together, and then the next day we did it, and that shit was cool. Like it was like definitely eye opening, definitely like because I just like I see Riverfront Saginaw a lot. Like there was some like I follow the pages. I think that's a really cool thing. Like Phil, the dude who does all the articles, Phil's a great dude. Like Phil's cool as fuck, and that shit was just different. Like I don't even know. Like I don't know why me out of everybody, but yeah, that shit was just out the blue one day. Like I was just checking I almost missed it because it was in my DM request. Like it didn't come up.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I be waiting. It's because people, like I said, when I made that status the other day, I really been trying to get on there, not just for me, but just really share my story, man. Because I have a deep ass origin story, man. Just because I went through a lot. Just went through being diagnosed with autism at 3. Because I started school at Jones Elementary, and then the next week I was at the Millet Learning Center and stuff. Didn't know what was going on. Didn't know why. Being picked on, being ridiculed practically throughout my childhood because I was given a label that I felt that I was misunderstood about. And just all my life, man, just was able to have to prove myself that I was worthy and shit. But I just felt like it brought me more to providence with me. Just being able to be the underdog and being counted out. So it made me tougher, made me stronger, and got me here. What I'm saying? I still feel like I'm an underdog no matter what, because it was just brought that into my existence in the beginning. But I'm just the type of person that you can do anything you put your mind to.
You are just. I felt like I had to close my eyes. I literally felt every word you were saying. Like, because we spoke like I got diagnosed 5th grade, Asperger's, and
Mm-hmm.
like I'm the same way. Like I love when people tell me, "No, you can't do this," because I want to do it. Like that's just like I was a 2-sport athlete in high school. Like I wasn't good, but like I did it. Like I made it through. Like I did it. I got my varsity letter. I did that shit. Like and I don't know. Like I feel like it's definitely an advantage because I think different. Like they say, like the autistic brain thinks like a computer, which it really does. Like I
Mm-hmm.
can process super fast, especially under pressure. Like not always, but like I can process pretty damn fast when I want to. Like sometimes I shut down, which happens. Like, but um, no, I felt every damn word you said. Like that was really well said. Because like I feel that like I grew up, I was bullied a lot. Like in the, I fought back. Like I got into trouble because like I didn't find out till I was in 5th grade. So obviously like that wasn't a label I was given, and I was an honor student like growing up all through. I think till my junior year, I couldn't do it no more. I could not do that shit no more. But
Mm-hmm.
I faced a lot of like challenges because I was stuck with the same kids that grew up bullying me, and like I grew up getting in like altercations with, and like I didn't have friends growing up for real. Like so I felt that. No, I really did. Phew.
Yeah. And now that I look back on it, I'm cool with every bully that ever tried to bully me. We have a brotherhood now, and it's crazy because like we just happy that we all still alive and we're doing well. You know, we made something of ourselves, and I'm just grateful, man, because people just think that God don't have a plan for us, but He does. Because and I cherish all those moments because it just made me prepared for what was to come, and you're gonna be attacked when you're powerful. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be persecuted the most when you're trying to do right, and you about peace, and I'm all about peace. I don't start nothing, but will defend myself always. That's my right as a man, and that's the right. You know what I'm saying? You're right as a man, but we just have to understand that. You know, before you hate me, learn about me, study me, wonder why I'm very outspoken, wonder why I think this way or pronunciate myself this way. You know, don't just jump to no conclusions and stuff. But I don't take nothing from nobody, but I just be me. You know what I'm saying? So just being 35 now, oh, that shit started 30 years ago. You know, so I'm just grateful.
Literally, like I even felt like a few of the kids I grew up like really like. I remember one of my best friends. Like we fought through like everybody I was into it with or like picked on me. Like either we don't talk, like I don't even know what they're doing anymore. I'm sure they're living good, or like we're close. Like, and I feel like I don't know. I just like once people got to really meet me and understand me, like their perception changes. Like, because as we were talking about, like earlier, like about like a disconnect and like a desensitized like to human interaction, like people don't get to know people anymore. Like one chance, like first impressions, like that shit is such bullshit. Because I'm me personally, I'm not the best at first impressions. Like, what can I say?
Oh man, me too, man. People thought I was crazy when they first met me because they go by my posts and stuff and my statuses, and they're like, "Man, this dude crazy." And when they meet me, they have a totally different story. They be like, "Oh, we thought you was just like you was on Facebook and Twitter," and like, no, like I'm very multi-dimensional. If you get to know me now, I have this thing where if I like you, I love you. If I don't like you, I hate you. And I just can't play both sides of the fence. You know what I'm saying? If I really dislike you, it's going to be body language. Go always tell on me. I don't even want to be around you. I don't want to. I would act like you dead. You know what I'm saying? When you die. And people are like, man, you gotta quit being like that. I'm like, hey, I can't help it because people showed me so many times why I can't trust nobody. So I just, I'm just you know what I'm saying? I'm human, but it's just we have this thing where we put so much into people